Yes, we're back. We're back in Cities in Motion 2. We're going to carry on. We're going to start off with this new world and see if we can get to 15%. So grab your Oyster card and let's go. So hi there, Steve here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. Yep, this is where we left off last time. We finished a little tutorial bit. We're now into the campaign. So our task is to get 15% coverage of the city. And quite a big city we've got too. Now last time I played this, excuse me, last time I played this in the Cities in Motion game, I started from a hub. I started from the airport. And just basically, first of all, got people into the city. But it doesn't look like we've got an airport or any sort of major sort of transport thingy. So I think it's just going to be a case of moving people around initially. So that's apartment buildings. So where have we got some? Well, we could just pretty much do what we did last time. That's industrial. There's apartment buildings. That's residential. That's... I don't know, was this industrial? Apartment building. Crescent Court. Corporate building. Right, so here's some... We'll start over in this corner then, I think. So here we've got some industrial. And across the highway here, we've got some residential. Excuse me. So I think the first thing we need to do, we need to link this lot to that lot over there. So we need to set up a line. We'll go with buses at first, because that seems to be the easiest. First of all, if I remember how to do this now, we've got to put down lines, depots, stops, vehicles, tools, transport panel. There was that, wasn't it? Bus, stops. Okay. I've completely forgotten how to construct structures. There we go. Bus structures. There we go. Okay. So basic bus depot costs 320. It can service 10, but the big bus depot can service 20, so I think we should go with a big bus depot. And maybe put it sort of down here somewhere, possibly. Right, so we've got a bus depot. Now we need to bus trolley stop with shelter, bus trolley shop with shelter and bench. Well, if we're going to do this, I don't think we're going to end up going back and upgrading stuff. So we'll go with a shelter on the bench. So, well, the catchment area. So I read after last time we played, each bus stop will service an area inside that circle. So we really don't want the circles to overlap that much. So if we come down here just about by the depot, so there. I'll have a first one there. I'm going to have a second one. Obviously, I'm just going to do a zoom. There you go. A second one. We're going to have to overlap a bit because we want to try and catch this corner. So a second one there. Third one will go there. Then we'll go sort of round to here. And maybe back up to there. So I know we're not going to get all of them in one route. But actually, if we have one that goes around the outer circle with one line, and then we can do another line then maybe that goes around the inner circle. Okay. So if we do that, then that, then we'll come over here to the city, and we'll just do a basic little loop around, still trying to keep the rings not overlapping too much, like that. Maybe come down to there, maybe to there. I mucked up there, didn't I? Oh, we're going to have to come back in this way then, aren't we? I didn't go far enough. Okay, to there. So that's that. Okay, so now we've got to go lines, create new line. So we'll start from the bus stop, and then it was there. Okay, so that didn't work, did it? Let's zoom in a little bit. Create new line. Oh. One, two. How do we get rid of that? Get rid of the line. Sure, I want to delete this line. Yes. Line what? Ah, I remember it. Add stops. There we go. So start there. Then we go down to there. And it was... Where was it? The next stop. There. Where? There. 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 Back to there. It was around here somewhere, wasn't it? Yep. There. Zoomed out. There. There. It's over here. To there. To there. To there. So we've got to think about it as 15%. We've got to get 15% of the city covered to achieve our goal. And so long as we don't go too wild with these circles, that should be doable. Okay, so there's our first line. And it should say there, vehicles running north of 6. It reckons it needs 6 vehicles. So if we come off that and click on the depot and then buy vehicles, of course we'll go with the basic one for now. So it says we need 4, 5, 6, and we'll purchase them. Click on lines, take away the view of the line. If we zoom in and change our little angle, there's our first bus. Stopping at the first stop. I'm picking up nobody. So let's just... How do I get... There we go. So let's just follow him. If you can. And zoom out. And go and follow him. Whoa, didn't want to do that. So there's no one waiting at any stops yet. Obviously they've only just realised that they've got a transport system. But there we go, we got one line. So that's going to take people from the residential. And there's no one waiting at any of the stops. Oh no, there's a person waiting here. So so people are waiting at the end. Look, we come around here. Find our stops. There we are. Zoom in on this one. There's 4 people waiting at this stop. It's going to be a while before the bus gets here, but there's 4 people. So that's a start. So what we could now do is, from that same depot, is create a second line. So let's go back to the depot. Map back in the right orientation before I get confused. So transport panel. So lines, create new. Actually, we want to go tools first, don't we? Construct structures. So that one. So this one we'll have coming out of here and going the other way. So down the middle here. And we'll loop back down there. So we catch all of these. And then what we'll do is go up here and go this way. We just do a little bit of a loop around here. Come across here. And to here. So there we go. So that's that one. So now we go lines, line 2, add stops. So we know it's got to start at the bus depot. So we go there. And then we go, which one was it? That one. There. And it was round here, wasn't it? Yeah, there. 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 And it was round to there. Back to there. Back to there. And then it was up here. And this way, yeah. There. Find where the next stop is. Yeah. There. 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 Actually, this one, so we can come back in there. 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 And back to there. Right, so there we go. So that's saying that needs 5 buses. So we now go back to the depot. So let's take one off that one. Click on the depot. Purchase vehicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Purchase. Okay, so now we've got another route running then. So that bus should come out. And come this way, which doesn't seem to be doing. I suppose because there's no... Was that line 2 bus? Which bus was that? Yeah, it was our line 2 bus. So we're still at 0% coverage. It's not a good start, really, is it? Considering we've got to get to 15%. Okay, but we've got some coverage now coming up on this industrial area. We could re-add a third bus line into that. But what I think I'll do is rather than make this a long video, it looks like we've got a lot of scope. Hang on, I've got an unhappy face. Why is he unhappy? That's just transported, daily transport. Passengers are unhappy. Why unhappy? Vehicle was late. Vehicle was late. Ah, now does that mean I've got to go in and do the timetable-y thing? Okay, so look at timetables. Edit timetable. So 2 hours apart. Okay, we'll make it an hour and a half apart then. Line 1. Is that line 1 or is that line 2? Line 2. Edit timetable. We'll make that hour and a half apart. So that now, actually that needs 7 and that needs 7. So I need to fetch another 2 buses then to cope with that timetable. So let's go back to my depot. Just down here, isn't it? Ooh. Click on my depot. Purchase vehicle, so I need to buy another 2. 2. Okay, yeah, so the vehicle's running. Bus line 1 is 4 out of 7. Bus line 2 is 3 out of 7. But in order to cope with that timetable, it's going to have to put that many buses on. We're still at 0% coverage. That's not so good, really, is it? But we've made a start. So we've pretty much covered this little bit of industrial here. Has now been covered. There's a few people waiting at some of the stops, little 1s and 3s, etc. But if you look at the whole scale of the map that we've actually got to cover 15% of, that's going to be quite a bit. And it's going to take us some time. But with 2 bus lines, what I think we'll do for today is we're about 20 minutes, I suppose, now. I don't want to make these videos long and sort of too boring. So I've got to keep them short. Why don't I follow the bus? Information, okay. Okay, why can't I follow the bus? Edit name, center name. So it's got no passengers on board this bus at the moment. Let's just wait and see if it picks up any at its first stop. And there's none waiting at its first stop. That's not very good. Yeah, I want to try and keep these videos if I can to around 20 minutes, which does mean it's going to take a long time to work our way through this. That looks so impressive from that view. Doesn't that look epic? I like that. I like that a lot. How do I click on the buses? Can I click on the buses? Depots. Depot 1. View buses. Passenger unhappy on bus 1. Okay, so hang on, I better go back to that bus now. On depot 1, passenger unhappy. Bus 3. Why are passengers unhappy on bus 3? Because it was late, was it? There's 2 passengers on board. Passenger unhappy on bus 3 and bus 1. There's actually people waiting for that one though. That sounds like a very old diesel, doesn't it? 13 passengers out of 10. How does that work? There's one more still waiting. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to end it there. We'll carry on with that on the next video on Cities Sunday. Drop a comment below if you'd rather see a longer video, or if you think 20 minutes is enough. Obviously I'm quite conscious of the fact that we can't do a lot in 20 minutes, but if you'd rather keep short videos and you think 20 minutes is going to be enough, just so we can build out the city, then yeah, please drop a comment below. If you'd rather see a longer video, then I'm happy to do those as well. So again, yeah, drop me a comment. Subscribe to see more of this on a Sunday. Currently on the channel on a Monday, Wednesday and Saturday is OMSI 2, the bus simulator, and on a Friday is Fernbus Friday, which is a coach simulator, and Cities on a Sunday. Was City Skylines, that didn't seem to do too well. This did okay last week when I put it up, so we'll see how it goes. If it's something you want to carry on with, as I say, just drop a comment and let me know. I do read all the comments. I do reply to them all. And yeah, until the next time when we carry this on, then thanks very much for watching.